All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. moving, still moving. Book entitled, Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father, Amazon Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below. My respect for the handicapped. I was talking to my mother yesterday, and one of the coolest things to me is when you go to a place and there's somebody handicapped working there, and they enjoy what they're doing, and um, they light up the room because some of us don't take advantage of being able to use all of our faculties because we're not handicapped. And to see, people, kids, teenagers, adults who get out there and work. I don't care whether if they're in a wheelchair, if they have autism, if they actually, I don't know. I know retarded is not the word, so I forgot. Mentally challenged, you know, and to see them just be, being productive members of society is like one of the dopest things to me. I got a lot of respect for that because now it shows that they have a will that we seem to overlook and we shouldn't. It kind of makes this kind of topic makes me kind of sentimental, so you gotta excuse me. You know, I don't care if you're blind, you're deaf, whatever. I really don't care. So I see I was in the gym and there's the deaf cats working out and they do sign language to each other while they're working out. To me, that's like the coolest thing because there are people who can hear, you know, and but they don't want to work out. So it's like, man, it's great. And when I see people who maybe there's a brother that will come in a wheelchair from time to time and he hit the gym, and it's like one of the coolest things ever because it's funny because we look at people like as overcoming obstacles and as heroes when they say get into a car accident or do something and maybe are paralyzed or they had a stroke and then they work themselves back into what we consider normal health. But these people this is their life, their position, their whole lives, and they got no quit. You know, they got no quit, um, and they're there. They're putting in the work, and I must say this: I don't like it when people try to treat them sideways. I don't know if that's just because I'm a black man and I see how people get treated wrongly and unfairly, and I don't like watching somebody talk to somebody sideways. So honestly, if you're around me and I see you talk to somebody sideways that's handicapped, I don't care what handicap it is, I gotta control myself because I might knock you out because I think that's out of line, and that's just my opinion about it. Um, you see people maybe cashiers or greeters, and everybody's always in a rush and hurry up, and they even got the self checkout thing. But it's dope because that's the line that honestly I will go to. And I've done it before, and it's cool because I don't care if it takes longer. I don't care. It might not take longer. It's just the idea you support people who are who need to be supported and who are willing to work because they're willing to work under a circumstance that you are not capable of understanding. People like Ray Charles because he was blind and Stevie Wonder because he's blind, and they were able to do great things in spite of their handicap and do things far beyond people who didn't have a handicap. So for me, it gives me a lot of I gotta respect them. I don't have to respect them. I don't say God. It's meant that I respect them. It'll be a, they are deserving of respect. They've done more to earn people's respect than a lot of us have done, just by their sheer will to persevere. Um, and the crazy part about it is a lot of people with handicap are joys to be around. They're joy to be around because they can they're not as uptight as we are because they're able to adjust to a society that may see them as different or other than, but their life is just as important as our lives who aren't handicapped. and it's lovely. I mean, I must admit, it's very lovely. Handicapped people, they find love, they have children, they create families. I mean, you know, sometimes even been around people who are parents of people who are handicapped, you know, and been around their children. And sometimes people see it as it's a work. It's hard work if you actually have to take care of somebody handicapped. But some things that you work hard for are very rewarding, and that's no different with that situation. Like the bond you create is just it's immense and it's dope. And you go with the ups and downs because they got their will. They may need to take medication. They like, I ain't doing it. I ain't feeling it. They might they might want to play ball, but they're in a wheelchair. And it'd be cool if the kids in the neighborhood decide that they want to roll around and play ball with the kid to even out the score. It's sometimes you see the greatness in humanity by the way we treat our handicap. Like I said, this is a sentimental topic, man. I'm gonna have to get off here in a second. Um, but I think they're some of the greatest people in the world. They're not. It's not an American thing. It's just a humanity thing. Like their ability to live their lives to the fullest, sometimes above and beyond how we without handicaps live our lives, is more than inspiring. You know, it's I couldn't even tell you the word for it. I mean, it's great. That's all I can say. It's great. So I'm gonna get out of here on this one. Peace.